It will take at least a year or more before mental health experts will understand how long the severe trauma caused by the tragedy at Sandy Hook will last.
And there's word tonight that the trauma of the event is still spreading. News 8's chief political correspondent Mark Davis joins us live now with more on that. Mark?
Hi, Keith and Ann. Good evening, everyone, from the Hartford newsroom. The trauma from the tragedy at Sandy Hook is spreading, not unlike a virus. That's part of what the governor's Sandy Hook task force heard today from experts on mental health.
I think that it will take at least a year to 2 years before we will even begin to understand how long this is going to take, and I don't believe the town of Newtown obviously will ever be the same again.
Mental health experts revealed today that the trauma center, quickly set up in Newtown following the tragedy at Sandy Hook, was seeing people at a rate of more than 300 a day during the first week after the shootings.
What we really know is that the trauma and the after effects of the trauma really aren't even probably, they were just beginning to see that now.
Even the state commissioners of mental and public health and the Department of Children said that after spending days in Newtown after the tragedy, they were suffering from some trauma. And another expert says that many of the counselors that are helping the people affected by the tragedy at Sandy Hook are now suffering from what's called vicarious trauma themselves.
Hears the whole story, and through the hearing of it and through interacting with the person who's been grievously affected, is grievously affected him or herself.
Most people agree that the tragedy has affected nearly everyone in the state some way. Dr. Schwartz says many people are suffering from trauma just from watching the events unfold on television.
People who see things on the news are constantly reading stories about what's happened in the newspaper, and who are stressed themselves and who may actually experience signs and symptoms of stress disorders.
One of the other things that's been really important to us is not think that we needed to rush in and be there for a short amount of time, but to be listening to and be responsive to people in the days, weeks, and months that follow.
It was also noted today that many mental health experts are volunteering their services to help out in Newtown, but these experts stressed that the state is going to have to devote resources to Newtown for a long time. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.